All right. Hey guys, welcome back. Today's episode, the Spooky Space Kook from Scooby Doo. I've had some requests to do more voiceovers for these paintings. So this is, I really loved the original Scooby Doo growing up. Something about those old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I think it's just the mystery there. It was like the perfect mix of things. Kids solving mysteries. You've got, people wearing masks and a little bit of cryptozoology and the supernatural elements and in debunking. There's so much to that cartoon that a 6-year-old watching these creepy little mysteries unfold. It's a lot of fun, and the campiness didn't get too deep. There's no political nonsense to it. Just good, lighthearted, colorful fun, and that kind of color and vibrant playfulness is something I long for. I really love that element of animation and storytelling. A lot of it I feel is lost in a lot of things these days. Sometimes it just needs to be good old simple storytelling. And if it can be playful and engaging, then all the better. So the Space Kook is a pretty iconic villain. I mean, who doesn't love a astronaut with a skull head? I guess I'll talk a little bit about this process. Someone was asking, or at least saying they'd like to know why I use certain tools here or there. You see me using these squeegees here, and with the whiteboard arc, I've spoken a little bit about it in one of my videos where I don't really have anything to go off of. I don't see many artists or anything doing whiteboard art, and it's been a learning process for me. So the squeegee that I was using earlier was really just something I came up with to get a lot of area coverage, texture, or color, because the whiteboard ink dries so fast. And it's a whole new learning curve trying to do something. It's not very easy. So a lot of it is making it up as I go along and trying to make stuff just work. So yeah, the squeegee I will bust out if I want to add a little bit of tone or texture, because you can't really get solid black lines with this ink. And I think trying to keep that random energy, like that frenetic energy, that's what I'm really going for with a lot of these paintings. And I think the squeegee is interesting. You can't control it. You don't know what textures are going to come out. And this dry brush I'm using here is, I'll go in after I get the lines, like some of the lines inked in, and that dry brush will really just be there to break up some of the line work. Or if it just feels too clean or messy and not a great way, I want to dust it. I want to give a little extra texture to it. So the squeeze bottle that I'm holding here doing actually I found to be a very fast, nice delivery mechanism versus the time it takes to dip a brush in to a bottle of ink and then lift it to the board. If I just need to get some real fast coverage, it's easier to have ink in a bottle, squeeze it out, let it run, and then, work with it. And then there's times where, you want to be a little more discerning with where you put lines. So that's where I'll come in with a brush and make a definitive mark. This hand here, for whatever reason, these hands were giving me trouble. Not working with an underlay or anything. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. You have to commit a lot with ink, and you'll see me wipe stuff away, and that's really just because I'm not feeling it. Like it doesn't feel right to me. Drawing on paper or something is, honestly, I find it very easy. So this is a real challenge for me to change up the medium that I can work with. If I were to do this on paper, I could bang this out in like 10 minutes flat. It'd be, it's a much smaller area to work with when you're on paper. So also working at this scale offers or introduces a lot of obstacles to overcome. So I really like this sort of unknown challenge of this medium. But yeah, sometimes you're fighting gravity and stuff, and the ink in the hands, and yeah, it's more so a feeling. I guess it's more or less a process of feeling, I should say. If something feels like it needs a line here or there, I'm going more on intuition rather than trying to produce a nice, clean rendering. So I do treat this more as an abstract kind of fine art form, for me anyways, because my digital painting and any work I've done for like corporate work is usually the antithesis of this. So this is nice and just, it's a meditation really. And yeah, so I mean, hopefully a little bit of this has been interesting. In videos forward, I'll be talking a little more about process as it comes up. But these close-up shots, maybe people don't like to see them. For me, it's fascinating because until you're actually in the room, if you were to stand in front of one of my paintings, the scale, a lot of times it doesn't pick up in a photo. And I love seeing these tiny, tiny details that you would never see unless you're standing in front of the painting up close. And each little area you can focus on, I love it just because it's there's so much texture and line work and energy that even when I'm filming these paintings up close afterwards, it's like I'm seeing the painting in a new way myself, because when I'm making the line, I'm not seeing it this close up. So I love actually editing this little bit here because I get to see the painting in a completely different way. And I love a lot of these abstract textures when, you can't see really what you're looking at. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this nice frenetic little painting of the spooky space kook. If you dug this video, I'll toss up a link here to another video you might love. Thanks so much for watching.